Good morning, ladies. My name is Aaron, and welcome to the What If Desuku married. I need her name. Rabeeder. Or what? This girl. Yeah. So, yeah, it's basically a. In my own head, I thought that she was named something different, but yeah. So, basically, yeah. She was, of course, Bakugan in this alternate timeline were transformed into people. It's kind of scary, but that's true. In particular, her. Don't worry about my voice. It's just I was tired out. So basically, she goes to school like the other students, and they all have quirks or powers. But one in particular that catches her eye was none other than Zuko Midoriya himself. Oh. Yeah. So, I am not going to bore you, but Zuko, in this What If, he's quirkless, but his power is different. And the reason why I say that is because in this alternate timeline, there's ranks of quirkless is tier 3. Having the quirk is tier 2, but having a power at tier 1. Basically, tier 1 is top version, like superior to everything else. But Zuko's power is actually Infinity, Zero, and the Elemental Core. That will allow him basically to change his attributes. Yeah, to water, fire, earth, something. Yeah. So, yeah. And they have the abilities. Basically, like, if Zuko was in his flame one, he gets the, like, immunity to flames, cause flames, and everything else in between. So, yeah, he could survive. And plus, he can dual wield certain elements together. Yeah, I'm making him overpowered, but that's short term. So, yeah, I'm a sinister like that, making my Zuku's overpowered, so that no other YouTubers or whatevers things couldn't even catch up. I'm talking about the sauce kind. So, yeah. So, basically, yeah, and her, in her, like, uniform thing, she ends up having the same powers, or like, yeah, power owners that allows her to turn herself from a human into that and then back again at will. So, yeah. So then, yeah. Let's get started. Instead of like other what if people say start with Zuko being born or something like that, I start with the girls first. So when she was born, she had, or she came, or she was born in a rich family. She, all she wants was, or she has everything except for one thing: boyfriend slash husband. But she scares everyone with. There are times she gets mad. So, yeah. And, yeah. She gets so mad. And that she doesn't have a boyfriend. Plus, she gets confused of. Yeah. But when. Let's say one day she went to the school. She's the prettiest one. At age of 3. Yeah. So she ends up telling herself that she needs to be more her like the other students. But then, one fateful day, out of her, or like, basically, kind of like, from her corner of her eye, she saw Zuko Midoriya. Yeah, that's why I drew this picture. When she saw him, she had her heart in her chest starts to beep. Like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, really fast. Because she really likes him so much. So, yeah, basically, they share the same class, and so, yeah, then at age of 4, she gets her quirk checked, and she has no quirk. She's quirkless. So, and yeah. So, she is upset. But then she did have to think about Zuko a lot. She did not even fail once when she, like, thinks about him. As in her face, she could just say, or in her, she doesn't really need to say it, but she really likes him so much. She becomes embarrassed when she's around him. So then, yeah. Zuko had, when his, like, one day, Zuko went to a quirk doctor and he got told this, but he actually has a quirk. It's similar to basically to fusion of his strength and his. Yeah. And fire breath. So he has the weirdest power. Or actually, scratch that about him having all three of those. He has limit quirk. So, because I'm making him overpowered. That's all she wants to have. A boyfriend that's overpowered that could destroy the world in about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there goes the world. Yeah. So basically, she decides, and I forgot to add one thing. If you have 2 of them, like quirk and the power, that's tier 0. It's a very high class one. Like, people need to focus on that more, or people need to focus on that than the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Because that is just like on a whole nother level of control. So yeah. Because he is like the prince and she is the princess. Soon that it will be like both of them will be kings and queens of that. So yeah. So when they got older, named 15, they go to UA. And I'm not going to bore you, but she got put into class 1A. Because of her rich family puts her in class 1A. And, of course, Zuko did the testing. And he got class 1A too. So basically, he could just... yeah. Because... yeah. So then... he He was the... But there's something else that the quirk doctor didn't tell him. Zuko has 6 quirks. Too. So it basically allows him to basically... So yeah. He's a very important person in this story. So, I'm not gonna bore you with, like, I'm skipping the ball throw, heroes versus villains, but at the USJ, same thing happens, but the Zuko was trying to figure out how to save Mr. Aizawa from dying, as his entire body starts to turn into earth elemental thing. If you don't know what I mean, here, let me show you. It would be the same thing as that, but on a whole different one. As Zuko goes, or his body isn't, or he doesn't even know what he's doing. As he goes down deep and uppercuts the Nomu before he even punches the Mr. Aizawa. As he says, "Whoa, that's cool." As I don't know what I just did, but that was flippin' awesome. As he goes toe to toe with a Nomu. Oh, and yeah, threw him around like a bag of potatoes. Yeah. And when he rams the Nomu, and when he looked at him in the eyes, he could tell that it's just a creature. Here. As he says, "Goodbye, or goodbye, person, or creature." As he tears the brain out of the socket. As he looks at, as he cleans up, as Shirakisen's upset. Like, literally, he was coming to decay him, but the Zuko dodged it and ended up having a high-flying kick to Shiraki-sen's like chest, sending him flying. High flying. Beers rolling. Not really. Sorry. It's just a song that I made up, so basically, when she could sense the elemental core inside Zuko's body, and she even says to herself really quietly that he's the one. Yeah. So then after USJ, the people, as basically all the students are like, "Man, Zuko, what was that? You transformed into a brown skin, a brown outfit man. Like, what the heck? You turned from your thing into a brown thing that went underground. As he says, well, it's probably has to do with one of my quirks, or has to do with a quirk. And he's a pretty good liar, but not to her eyes. She knows that he's just making it up so that to get them off his back. So yeah, man, that is so cool. But when they left to go back to their house, she could tell that he was lying, but a pretty good liar to everyone else. As he doesn't know what to say. So yeah, as she understands that some people will never know, but only she and her family worships those people that have elemental core and could sense which elemental core that, yeah. So basically she decides after she got home, she got, or her parents got notified by her that of course, her parents told her the story before when she was a young girl, like a toddler, that whoever wields the elemental core is the one who controls the entire universe, multiverse, everything. But there was no one even lived to tell a tale. Or like they told her that in millennia, as yeah. So she basically said, does elemental core allow people to change their skin, their clothes to different colors? Yes. As they're... Okay. Well, at USJ, there's one of my classmates had turned into the Earth type. What do you mean Earth type? As brown. As she understand, or their parents knew what brown means. Brown means Earth. As, okay, maybe it's part of their quirks. And yeah. So then the sports festival, I'm skipping it, but all the way to. So yeah, Zuko ends up. I'm skipping the sports festival all the way to the part where her battles against Zuko to demonstrate as he got blinded, but he actually went down underground. As they're like, where did Zuko go? As the water on her thing, like her, or they see the ground starts to like be underwater. Yeah, like if you haven't seen the cartoon version of it, go right ahead. It is like when she gets dragged to the underneath the ground to making a fake, yeah, water thing. Well, it's basically similar, but then I couldn't find it. But she had the same thing. The it yeah. So she's saying, I don't want to get wet. I don't want to get wet. And she got wet because his skin turned blue. Like his skin and his clothes turned blue. And yeah, they could not believe as he used it. So he basically flicks her out of the water, or his entire lower half turned into a mermaid. And when she gets like smacked out of a water, she got flying all the way to the wall out of the ring. As he was happy. So he jumps out of water. It was so graceful that even everyone was like, as he transforms in midair into his ground pound. Yeah, aka to his normal legs. And it was beautiful. As he says, all right. As his kindness kicks in, as she goes, or he goes, checks on her. And yeah, okay. Yeah, it was the move that I used on you was called Dive Mirage. It's a useful power for as the as she as he explains what it can do. As our girl is interested. As what does your what did you just pull? Like the don't mind me asking. Don't worry. It's my dive mirage. Oh, aquatics and like you shouldn't know. Who? But I know that you don't have what I have. So, yeah. So then now Bakugan, or no, Bakugo, I keep getting those two confused. Bakugo and Bakugan. So, yeah. So the Bakugo versus Zukumadoria. As Bakugo is using his powers to try to use against, yeah, Zuko, his best friend, that still is. As Bakugo uses his explosion, and as Zuko dodges it, the as he says, "Huh, you're really starting to fire me up," or whatever that saying goes. As his entire body turns red, not like a tomato kind of embarrassed one, but more of like terrace or whatever. Not terrace. The yeah, the how dragon or Drago is here. Like the one with the number 10 on that color. Yeah. As he thought, man. As Zuko is basically about to die. Or actually not. Zuko, I meant Bakugo is ready to get his roll on. As they and Flame Storm. As it's more controlled. As Bakugo's like couldn't even take a breather. Yeah. So he gets knocked out. In the first 5 seconds. Yeah. I like to say that. Because you know why? Because he chose to. And her mother and her father sees why that, and they could sense Zuko has that. It's been like a long, long time. Because the people used to worship the elemental core. Whoever hers wields it becomes a basically, yeah. And after after a sports festival, when they, of course, her parents told her that it's okay to marry him, as she understands that she loves him so much. Hence, yeah. So then he doesn't even, yeah. So as every as let's say Mr. Aizawa was reading a book, and that, funny enough, the book was the published by the ancient people. As Mr. Aizawa was, what one thing that catches his eye was it said that whoever wields the elemental core is now the, and so when he reads the parts that, or certain part of people changing their appearance to look like earth, fire, air, water, light, everything. Yeah, basically, basically, he thought about Zuko, how he transforms his like body into different types. As Zuko, and yeah, so they do all that thing, and yeah, as he's more valuable than anyone else. So, but at the campfire, aren't he ends up, yeah. So before, actually, when they were walking to school, she decides to ask him if he feels like going on a date with her. And she does go on a date with him because that's what he feels. So, yeah. Basically, after the whole, like, camp park, Zuko got kidnapped. As he tried to experiment on him, but his elemental core doesn't allow them to experiment. So yeah, so he basically, as the, so then All Might versus All for One, and as Zuko, or as All for One was powering up to like blast All Might, like finish him off, Zuko uses deep dive Eve thing as he goes up, grabs All for One, drags him down, um, and beats a snot out of him. And then when he shoots up, he used the fire core or fire part to grow wings, lifts him up into the air, and yeah, he says that no matter how many times, as he blows fire, and he actually did limit the All for One's quirks, all of them, to just all the way to a millisecond, basically 0.000000001 second. So basically, yeah, he's he's basically All for One could never regenerate fast enough, and so All for One is dead any time. So then, yeah. He even threw All for One into the sun, or he went with him. And they meet their fate, or the she remembers that all the past people that had elemental powers die from overheat eat things or something tragic. But Zuko wasn't that dumb. As he used fire or thing, he went all the way through, came all the way back in about 1 second. As he says, man, I struck the landing line. Yeah, where did it go? Yeah. So basically, he flew all the way back from like Earth to the sun, then back again. Yeah, in about 1 or 5 seconds. As he swims and yeah. So they all thought he was dead, but then dumb luck would luck that the elemental core, or actually Zuko, one of his quirks was actually yeah. So basically, he has a lot on his plate, and the basically Zuko was, or so can she can wait, and so she thought he was not gonna come, and and she was about to walk away, but then out of nowhere, one hand or two hands grabbed her legs as she freaked out. Um, like she got scared, but then when he came out, she knew who it was. As she, first yells at him, "We're not do that." And as he says, "Huh, yeah, all right." Then after that, she runs up, hugs him, and kisses him right on the lips. As Zuko enjoys that hint. As yeah. So then when he got back to the high school thing, or the UA, he ends up surprising everyone. Like, how did it feel to go to the sun? Pretty good. I had some sunscreen on me. Or actually, yeah. So, basically, Zuko could, well, of course, he says this. And I can do one thing I forgot to tell you guys. You know how, you know how Todoroki has those half and half of a quirk? Like, half fire, half ice one? Yeah. Damn it. And then water and fire. As his body, they show that he even, it was like reverse of Todoroki's, but his clothes changed. And I don't know what red plus blue equals. I forgot. So yeah, I can dual wield both types. And yeah, as she runs up, and yeah, she ends up, um, saying very quietly that only certain people could hear, and he's also, or this is what she's saying, he's also my boyfriend, so yeah. So then they were dating, and turns out all four were actually, when Nezu tested his quirks and the powers, they both read he has both of them. As Zuko, or as both, as everyone that was in Class 1A that saw, as even Todoroki, or not Todoroki, Bakugo saw it, and they're like, what the heck? You're more valuable than rest of us, Zuko. What the heck? So, yeah. And I'm skipping the overhaul a whole arc. And, yeah. So she gets married to Zuko Midoriya. And she becomes a wife to him. And she has 4 kids. Or no, actually 6 kids. Because her form, when she takes, like that one, thing, she ends up becoming or having a lot of kids. 18 kids, basically. So, yeah. And he took good care of them. Or she took care of them. Yeah. And, yeah. When they do pro hero stuff, they switch on and off. And he lives a very long time. Because elemental core doesn't allow him to age, like, at all. So he doesn't age, never dies, and yeah. And with he's more important. So everyone, like heroes and villains, even citizens, worship him as a gun. Yeah. So basically, the gun hero Zuko. That's his full name, or his title. So, yeah. A couple times Grapefruit almost tried to touch her. And when she turns into a big and slaps him around like a fish. Yeah. So then, yeah. So this is the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I am trying to reach 1 million or 2 million or something that gets me a gold play button. That's all I want. So, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and do all the fun things. Bye.